Sitaram, and a pleasant good evening to each and everyone. Welcome to tonight's Connecting Through Bhajans. At this point, I'd like to invite Auntie Chansey to lead us in our opening prayer, followed by our first bhajan. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. So, as we begin, let us compose ourselves. We are moving into this most auspicious period of Mahashivratri. So, for the next week, this week, next week, and probably the following week, we will still be into that most auspicious period. So, let's compose ourselves, thinking of that most beautiful Lord, however you wish to visualize him or her, that one God. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushivardhanam Urvarukamiv Vandana Mrityormukshirmamritat Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So as we begin, I will do, since we recited a mantra to Lord Ganesha, I will do a song, a chant dedicated to the Lord as that Adi Deva, that Purushottama Guru, our first and last teacher, that eternal teacher. Sadguru Sai, Sadguru Rama, Sadguru Sai, Sadguru Rama, Ram Ram Shri Ram Bhaja Sai Ghanshyama Ram Ram Shri Ram Bhaja Sai Ghanshyama Sadguru Sai Sadguru Rama Shri Rama Sai Rama Ye Murali Ghanshyama Ye Murali Ghanshyama He Murali Ganesha, Sai Rama, Sadguru Sai, Sadguru Rama. Ram Ram Shri Ram Bhaja Sai Anishama Sadguru Sai Sadguru Rama. Namaste everyone.
Thank you very much, Auntie Chancy. So, Mrs. Ramdat, can you do the next one for us? Then my mom and we will do our catechism for this evening. Thank you.
Jai Sitaram, everyone. Shiva Shankara Daya Karo Dukha Haro Shiva Shankara Daya Karo Dukha Haro कृपा सिंधु करुणा निधि हमरे सागर पाप हरो दया करो शिव शंकर दया करो दुख हरो पग पग पर विपता की बादल छारही झूठी जग की माया में भर मारही हे त्रिलोचन संकट मोचन विपदा आन हरो दया करो शिव शंकर दया करो दुख हरो बीच भंवर में नारी डोल रही दुख की झनकारी बोल रही बम बम भोले नाथ भक्त की नैया पार करो दया करो शिव शंकर दया करो दुख हरो कृपा सिंधु करुणा निधि हमरे कृपा सिंधु करुणा निधि हमरे सागर पाप हरो दया करो शिव शंकर दया करो दुख हरो दया करो दुख हरो दया करो दुख हरो उमापति महादेव की जय।
Namaste, everyone. मानस भजले गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम मानस भजले गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय गुरु महाराज गुरु जय जय साईनाथ सतगुरु जय जय सत्य साईनाथ सतगुरु जय जय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः ओम अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणा शिवा ओम अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुण शिवा ओम ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओम नमो बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओम नमः बाबा ओम नमः बाबा मानस भजले गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम मानस भजले गुरु चरणम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम दुस्तर भव सागर तरनम. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. So now I'll pass over to Auntie Chancy for tonight's catechism.
Namaste again, everyone. So there are a couple things that came to my mind in the last few days. As we're approaching Mahashivratri, and we understand all the different purges that we must go through, the sacrifices that we must make. We have to ask ourselves, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of doing all of these things? Is it that the Lord would like us to punish ourselves? I somehow don't think so. So then why? They're different. If it is the one thing about our tradition is that it gives us so many options. So many options to choose from. It caters to every type of individual, depending on their circumstances, depending on their gunas, their temperament, what appeals to them and what does not appeal to them. It depends on how that person, that person is inclined. As we would have spoken about a couple of weeks ago, the different types of devotees, the different types of individuals, and what is appropriate for them. We would all know ourselves, and we would know what are our weaknesses and what we need to work on. So in the very same way that our Catholic brothers and sisters are now engaged in some sort of sacrifice for Lent. This too should be and is supposed to be where we should be going. Let us not minimize it and reduce it to a simple, I'll give up this type of food, or I'll give up that, or I'll give up salt, or I'll give up, sweets, or I'll give up whatever. What the Lord really wants from us, and He tells us quite categorically over and over, is that we must do that inner cleansing. That inner cleansing. We must purge ourselves of all the negative qualities. And if we don't want to look at it in a negative way, let us look at it in a positive way. What we should be adopting. And it's the same thing that we say over and over and over. In all different ways, but it's the exact same thing. But somehow it eludes us. I don't know why. It's very interesting that the Upanishads had their origin where? In the forest, in secluded spaces. But in the Bhagavad Gita, where was it set? In real life. And now, for us now in this age, it is very, very real because war is all around us. And what does this speak to? So we know that Lord Krishna explained the whole concept of inaction. But even in inaction, we know there is action. But it depends on the type of action. No human being can survive without performing action. So we know about the Nitya Karma, but I'm talking about, just to live as well, to function in the modern world. We need to act. We have responsibilities. So this concept of action is something that we must think about. We must think of this because to live is to act. And every single day of life, as we engage in whatever activity we have to, we will encounter trials and tribulations. A crisis here and a crisis there, or crises, I should say, for some of us. And we have to be able to respond in the manner in which the Lord would want us to respond. But for a lot of us, somehow our religious, our spiritual values disappear. Why does our understanding become clouded sometimes? Why? Some people will say because of prakriti, because of what is all around us. And this is when the Lord asks of us to temper these. You must never let your wants, your desires, your needs control and dictate your life. When the Lord speaks about equanimity, all of this is subsumed under equanimity. You must never let anything rule. Well, not you, all of us. Nothing must rule us except the spiritual values that we should all be inculcating. We would come to that point, and this is what all of this is all about. When we understand that worldly enjoyment and experience, we get carried away with it, is the root cause of so many of our problems. So when we understand this, we then understand why, as we approach each major observance, we are obligated, or we should try somehow to reflect, perform some introspection, look at ourselves, and start to shed some of this negativity, change our ways, adopt positive attributes. It is only as with Arjuna, when we get carried away, then we lose our moral and spiritual compass, and we become helpless. Just like Arjuna, how he became despondent. He could not see. His mind was clouded because of all, there was no clarity in his thinking because of all these different things that were bombarding his mind, his obligations, how he felt about this particular situation, looking at his relatives, looking at his teacher, and it became difficult until the Lord had to put things in perspective for him. And in the same way, the Lord may not be physically standing in front of us, but the Lord continues to give us perspective through our scriptures. This is why it is so important that we understand the Lord as our guru. There are many people around the place who, purport to be gurus, and they leave us wanting. For some, their conduct is disgraceful. So we must never ever fall into the trap where, we think we have to have. Who could be better than the Lord himself? The Lord is giving us his words here. That's the ultimate guru. That guru cannot disappoint us in no way. So this is something that, I look around and I see this, and it really irks me. We are no different to Arjuna. We are all on the spiritual path. We are all normal human beings. And we are trying to reach God. So we are trying to study our scriptures, and we're trying to become better, so that we can become one with God. So let us have a one-pointed focus towards our one-pointed purpose. Because as soon as we see, as we've started to regard spirituality as just a little part of our life, that is the beginning of the end. Our tradition is a tradition of action. The Lord did not say to Arjuna, oh, well, there's a situation here, and Maybe you should retire to a quiet space. Move away from here and just stay quiet somewhere. And you don't have to concern yourself with this. No. He had to do this for the betterment of all. And it was a last resort. So too we have to take that stand, because the Lord has, he has explained to us quite clearly, elucidating and magnifying issues for us throughout all of these chapters, for us to have clarity, so that we could actually, have some understanding that would then inform our behavior. So Vedanta philosophy is one that should be practiced. We should not simply sit and learn to chant and recite beautiful mantras and all of that without understanding what we are saying. So it's you can liken it to a child. When a child is young, you teach that child words, and they will not understand what you're saying until you put that into perspective. So it's the same way. This is what Shankara had to speak to the old man and address him as a fool, because he had not grasped what our tradition is all about. So as we approach Mahashivratri, this is how we should approach it. There's a saying, you only appreciate a tree by its fruit or its flowers. Then you really know that tree. Sometimes it's difficult to distinguish one from the next, but when you see the fruit or you see the beautiful flowers, you can distinguish. And this is exactly what we are supposed to display. When we display all these loving qualities, everyone will know who we are. And that is not important in itself, only so far as to inspire others to join. And I'm not speaking about, there's a very important reason why we do not proselytize. We do not convert people, because there is but one God. So human beings, no matter color, creed, race, and other forms of life, irrespective of form, the Lord assures us He's present, equally present. So when we are kind, we should be kind all the time and to all. This is why Swami says, help ever, hurt never. Don't help some people. Just because these people are of our tradition, well, I'll only help them. That points to a very deep misunderstanding of our tradition. This is the beauty of our tradition. And that is why it comes back again. Last week I spoke about love. It comes back to love. Love is always the answer. And there's so many different ways that you can show love. A parent, correcting a child, admonishing a child, correcting that child, because they want that child to be better, that is love. Cuddling that child is also love. So there are different ways. So how do we show God that we love God? We praise God, yes, but how do we show Him? He tells us, as I said earlier, He tells us exactly what He wants from us. So I think it's high time we start. We start if we go, one by one, incrementally, but not too slowly either, in a very pragmatic way. And you will see, you will feel the changes because there will be that inner peace and that inner joy when you listen to the Lord's name, or when you just the way you approach life, because of your greater understanding of the Lord's presence. So I wanted to just remind that our tradition is not for a cave, and it's not for, for us to be like a recluse. It's for us to be dynamic individuals in this world, living in the modern world, acting in whatever capacity we must act, whatever occupation, but holding our spiritual values, being steadfast. This is what the Lord wants from us. So with this, I would like to say namaste and thank you for listening.
So we'll continue with a couple bhajans, and then we'll do our prayer from last week and our closing. So Mrs. Ramdat, can you do the next song for us? Followed by my mom, and Auntie Chance will do the last one. Thank you.
Jai Sitaram again. राधा धुंध रही, किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा। राधा धुंध रही, किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा। श्याम देखा, घन श्याम देखा, श्याम देखा, मेरा श्याम देखा। राधा धुंध रही, किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा। राधा तेरा श्याम हमें मथुरा में देखा। राधा तेरा श्याम हमें मथुरा में देखा। बंसी बजाते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा। राधा धुंध रही, किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा। राधा तेरा श्याम हमें गोकुल में देखा। राधा तेरा श्याम हमें गोकुल में देखा। गैया चराते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा। राधा धुंध रही, किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा। राधा तेरा श्याम हम वृंदावन में देखा। राधा तेरा श्याम हम वृंदावन में देखा। रास रचाते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा। राधा धुंध रही, किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा। राधा तेरा श्याम हम मैं जतपुर में देखा। राधा तेरा श्याम हमें जतपुर में देखा। पर्वत उठाते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा। राधा धुंध रही, किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा। राधा धुंध रही, किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा। राधा तेरा श्याम हमें सर्वजन राधा तेरा श्याम हम सिर सब जगत में देखा, राधा तेरा श्याम हमें सर्व जगत में देखा, राधा तेरा श्याम हमें वैष्णव जग में देखा, राधे राधे जपत हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा, राधे राधे जपत हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा, राधा ढूंढ रही ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा, राधा तेरा श्याम हमें मथुरा में देखा, बंसी बजाते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा, राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा, राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा। बोलिए श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय।
Namaste again. आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम, शिव जी की मंदिर में आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम, शिव जी की मंदिर में, शिव जी की मंदिर, शिव जी की मंदिर, शिव जी की मंदिर में, शिव जी की मंदिर, शिव जी की मंदिर, शिव जी की मंदिर में आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम, शिव जी की मंदिर में आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम, शिव जी की मंदिर में, सोना के और मूर्ति बनी है, सोना के और मूर्ति बनी है, लक्ष्मण और हनुमान, शिव जी की मंदिर में आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम, शिव जी की मंदिर में आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम, शिव जी की मंदिर में, तुलसीदास भजो भगवान, तुलसीदास भजो भगवान, सीता और श्री राम, शिव जी की मंदिर में, सीता और श्री राम, शिव जी की मंदिर में आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम, शिव जी की मंदिर में आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम, शिव जी की मंदिर में, शिव जी की मंदिर, शिव जी की मंदिर, शिव जी की मंदिर में, शिव जी की मंदिर, शिव जी की मंदिर, शिव जी की मंदिर में आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम, शिव जी की मंदिर में। थैंक यू।
Right, so we'll do 4, 5, and 6. Please follow so you can also chant at home. जय युधिष्ठिर वल्लभा भूपति, जय जयार्जित पुण्य पयोनिधि, जय कृपामय कृष्ण नमोस्तुते, शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम्, शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम्, भव विमोचन माधव मापति, सुख विमान सहंस शिवारती. You have to change. जनक चारत राघव रक्षमा. शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम्. शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम्. अवनि मण्डल मङ्गल मापति. जलद सुन्दर राम रमापति. निगम कीर्ति गुणार्णव गोपते. शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम्. शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम्. शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम्. Remember, the meaning of Shiva also means Brahman. So we'll chant Pranava Mata as we close, asking the Lord to bless us all so that we can become better human beings and that we can then extend our hand to help others, which is exactly what He has asked of us. Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva. Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva. Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva. Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. May all the beings in all the world be happy. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. O Lord, let there be peace within us, around us, and in the wider universe. Namaste, everyone.